30 seconds and counting.
Hey, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. It's Anish. I'm joined by Roman, and today we're going to be doing a mock draft video, and this one's going to be including a Deshaun Watson trade to the Broncos. And yes, there's going to be a lot of suitors potentially for Deshaun Watson. There's Carolina, there's Washington, there's Denver, obviously. The Saints could be someone, but probably be hard just given their cap situation. Steelers, always an option. And Buccaneers, they might be a dark horse given that Tom Brady retired. But in this one, we're going to be doing Deshaun Watson to the Broncos. And it's going to be a 3-round mock. And before I begin, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below for more content like this. We're going to be trying to make an off-season video soon. Like free agent acquisitions, like we should keep or who should we stay. And be sure to check out our website. We launched it recently, clutchcityentx.com. We're going to try to write some more articles, so be on the lookout for that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So let me make this fast. So before I begin, let me trade. So let me choose the Broncos. And to me, Roman, why do you think the Broncos would be like a good destination for Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, I feel like the Broncos would probably be one of the prime spots for one because Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, there's a lot of speculation whether he's going to stay in Green Bay, whether he's going to want to trade to maybe like Green Bay or something like that. But honestly, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to end up staying there. I think he's going to have not necessarily a change of heart, but just like a will to want to come back and win with his team that's been his team for many, many years. And then Russell Wilson, I feel like he's also going to end up staying with the Seattle Seahawks. I don't know. I just don't see him being the type of guy to like hold his ground in a sense and like demand a trade. He may want a trade, but he's not a guy that's going to be like, hey, trade me or I'm going to sit out or something like that. So ultimately it leaves Deshaun Watson as probably the best quarterback on the market. Also the youngest in terms of if you want to trade it for one. So yeah, I feel like Deshaun makes a lot of sense for Denver right now.
Yeah, and as far as from the Texans side, like the Broncos, look at their assets this draft. Number 9, number 40, and number 64, 2 second-round picks this year. They have 2 third-round picks. So obviously they have a lot of capital. And in this hypothetical scenario, we're going to be trading Deshaun for, say, number 9, number 40, number 64. And then what else do you think we should do? Next year's first or something?
Maybe add number 96.
Okay,
for this year, and then just leave it like that. Like for next year, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So yeah, so in this mocks machine, it doesn't like account for players, so that's why I'm just like adding the future ones. This won't affect like this current one, so don't worry. Oh, they already accepted it. Okay, so yeah, we would probably like maybe get Jerry Jeudy or Chubb or someone like that in return. Maybe like one like key player that they have. I don't know if they give Surtain, but that would be a good get if we were to manage that. But so let's just say we just get number 9, number 40, number 64, and 96 for Deshaun Watson, probably maybe like a 7th or something like that. So go ahead and send the offer. Hopefully the Broncos accept, and they do. So without further ado, let's get started. So, okay, let me go ahead and mute this site. Okay, so I'm not going to be doing, I don't think we're going to do any like trade downs. Should we do trade downs? I don't know.
I think just leave it like this would be better.
Yeah.
It's more organized.
Yeah. Because with trade downs and everything, it's just so many variables to account for. So as expected, like this is what I expect. Evan Neal going number 1, Hutchinson going number 2. Definitely our board best. The players available right now are looking very, very good. So Roman, what do you think? Who do you think we should get right here?
Oh yeah, right here. There's been a bunch of arguments like over social media who the Texans should draft at number 3. We have of course Kyle Hamilton, who's been talked about like the best prospect in this draft class, and I have to agree. Like you don't really see that type of player come into drafts. He's a 6'4" safety. He can pretty much play anything you want. Like he can play linebacker in some sets. He can play safety, and he can also play a little bit of cornerback if you need him to. Like he's a do-it-all type of player in the backfield. So I mean, getting a guy like that can just trust, put him back there, give me that ball hawk, that run stuff, or he can do it all. Like there's not really one flaw, I guess, in terms of his position of play of safety. And then you can also get Kayvon Thibodeau, a very, very premier pass rusher. He's been considered the consensus number one pick like for a while now. I mean, obviously it's changed. People have, I guess, fallen off of the hype train for him. But personally, I really, really like Kayvon. Or you could also, which is very, very unlikely, go the route of going offensive tackle and get Ikem Iguanu. Obviously, that's probably very unlikely for us in our case, but it's also an option to look at if you're an O-line junkie or something like that. But right here, I think, personally, we have to go Kyle Hamilton. Like, easily the best player, I guess, in terms of potential on the board.
Yeah, and with Kayvon, like he has a super high ceiling, but at the same time, his floor can be questionable. Like you've seen the similarities with Clowney. He has had a bit of injury history, and there's been questions about his motor. Does he like the game of football? But I feel like liking the game of football, I feel like that will eventually go away through his like interviews at the combine and whatnot. But like with Kyle Hamilton, I feel like he's a much safer prospect. I know a lot of people, there's like a stigma against taking a safety at number 3, but Kyle Hamilton, if you watch this guy, he goes sideline to sideline, makes a play, and he's very instinctual, very athletic. He's a big dude. Like that guy moving so fast, like he covers like a huge portion of the field, and for him to lock that area down is really key. And say we Chubb in the trade or something, then you already have like 2 edge rushers and like Chubb, Kinnard. So like you already kind of got that set. Obviously, we need talent in a lot of places, but yeah, this is going to be a huge argument of debate. But I think we'll go Kyle Hamilton for this one. I just feel like he's a safer prospect. And I feel like the gap between him and the other safety prospects is bigger than say like Thibodeau and the other edge rushers, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go with Kyle Hamilton. That may be spark some debate in the comment section. Let me know if you would have drafted Thibodeau. But obviously Thibodeau goes number 5 to the Giants, so that's a great get for them. So let's see. So we have Stingley available. We have Jordan Davis, Ojabo, available. Who do you think we should go here?
Right here, I feel like it's pretty clear. Derek Stingley Jr. Obviously, his potential is unmatched for a cornerback. He's probably like one of the best cornerback prospects coming out in a few years. But one of the main things about him is kind of that he's peaked. I guess you could say peaked in his freshman year. And for his freshman year, he was locked down. He was outstanding. Like nobody could do anything against him. But then since then, like his following 2 years in college, it was really the best. And then, of course, he had that ankle surgery. So people are going to be worried about how that's going to go. But if he tests out well in the combine, if he puts up some good numbers in the combine, all of that, I feel like he could definitely still be a top 10 pick. But a bunch of draft experts and like NFL or combine analysis or whatnot, a lot of them are predicting him to fall out the top 10. But if you're a team that just needs talent, doesn't matter what position it is, like the Texans, if Derek Stingley is there, for example, at number 9, then it's almost a have to get. Like, of course, Jordan Davis is there. I feel like he's going to end up falling maybe to like the later first. Like he's kind of like a 2-down player. Of course, David Ojabo. He would also be a very, very good get here. But I mean, Derek Stingley, like the potential there is just much greater than I guess the players here. But yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, so like obviously there's a debate on who's the cornerback number 1 of this class, either Ahmad Sauce Gardner or Derek Stingley. I personally feel like I might have been more comfortable taking Gardner, but Stingley played against better competition, but Gardner played good in the like the playoffs. So like it's kind of like 50, like almost like a preference at this point. So I'm kind of conflicted, but I guess like Stingley you kind of go based on like potential, but Gardner looks really good to me too. So I'm kind of conflicted. So but
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, honestly, Gardner, I really like Gardner too. Personally, I don't even really have Sting as my cornerback number one anymore. But it's just that seeing like the potential is there. With Gardner, I mean, obviously he would come in, he would be producing day one, unlike Stingley. He wouldn't really be the best, I guess, coming into the NFL right away. He'd have to adjust. Other like than Sauce, as I was saying. He could come into the NFL day one, instantly produce. Obviously, cornerback is one of the harder positions to I guess, develop in your first couple of years, first year or so in the NFL. But yeah, I have to agree with you. Sauce Gardner, like for me, he's cornerback one. Cornerback two is probably Andrew Booth, and then number three is Derek Stingley. So yeah, I think it's pretty much a toss up. But yeah, going to Mark Gardner here, it also makes a ton of sense. So it's gonna depend on, I guess, what the Texans prefer.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, okay, so maybe this might be controversial for y'all, but I'm gonna go with Sauce Gardner. And with that, we would secure like a nice secondary. And if we do re-sign Reed, then Hamilton, Reed in the backfield, and then Lonnie Johnson, who's actually been a little bit decent at cornerback, with Ahmad Gardner, and you still have Tavier Thomas locked down for another year. That's a really like a solid secondary. Like that could actually do some like damage, so this might be controversial to y'all, but I'm gonna go with Gardner. And then this is like how we predict like Nick Caserio might draft, because like the Patriots defense, it kind of built from the back to the front. So that might be like similarly to how Nick Caserio might draft. And then also I wanted to point out like how so many offensive tackles went off the board so early. And like some people are saying Ikem Ekwonu could go number one over Neal. And so it's crazy. Like look how many tackles and O-line are going in this first round. So I just want to point that out. So that's absolutely crazy. But let's see who's left. So we got DeMarvin Leal. We have Drake London at 37. Wow, there's a lot of good players available. Who do you think we should go for here?
Yeah, obviously DeMarvin Leal, at some point during the season, he was projected a top 10 pick. And for him to fall this late, I mean, it's kind of hard not to, especially considering we went secondary with the first two picks. So getting a defensive lineman here would be good. But of course, you got Drake London, who's arguably, I guess, the best wide receiver in this draft. If not the best, he's at least number two, in my opinion. He kind of replicates, I guess, kind of like a Devontae Adams in a way. I don't know if that's a fair comp, but something like that. Then you also have the defensive lineman from Oklahoma, Perion Winfrey. He's a fan favorite I've seen on Twitter and different people's mock drafts. 6'4", 297 pounds. He's a guy you can plug in there, and he can do it all. As I said right there, says scheme fit is a 4-3, scheme 3-tech, 5-tech. He has heavy run teams. So I'm getting another, I guess, semi-run stuffer that has the ability to rush the passer at times. That would also be very good. Right here, I feel like it's just way too obvious. Go get Mills the weapon and Drake London. Get him a guy that could be the number one after Cooks leaves, which could be maybe next season or in 2 years when Cooks maybe leaves in free agency. I believe he's a free agent after this season or something like that. So go get your future number one wide receiver in Drake London. Like he's too good to pass up on.
Yeah, I feel that, and we have a pick at 40, so there's a chance that Perion Winfrey's still there. And wide receiver wise, like look who's the next ones. Christian Watson's been making a name for himself in the Senior Bowl. George Pickens obviously is pretty good. Wan'Dale Robinson. So those are some guys you can take late. Obviously, Mechie might fall because of his injury. But yeah, like as you said, like I think Drake London, he's very good. So I would definitely go here. And we have a pick at 40 coming up. So I think these either Leal or Winfrey might be there. Hopefully that doesn't become 38 and 39, but that would be hilarious. But I think let's just go ahead with Drake London right there. All right, so it seems like neither of them got taken, so that's perfect scenario for us. So what do you think here now?
Yeah, right here it's very tough. DeMarvin Leal or Perion Winfrey. Both are very, very good players. DeMarvin Leal, Texas A&M kind of wanted him to play more inside this year. They wanted him to kind of bulk up a little bit. And he really doesn't, I guess, fit that type of playing. Like he's more of he likes to be on the outside. It's right here it says interior defensive line, but he plays a little bit of edge with Texas A&M at times. And as I said, they want him to bulk up a little bit, and that's not really his game. If Houston can draft him, put him in his, I guess, more natural position, he could be probably that number one edge or at least second edge to Jonathan Kinnard. Or if you get Perion Winfrey, you could get him too, plug up the middle. control the run at times, also rush the passer from the inside. So right here is just I guess like a preference of what Nick Casario wants to do. Also, he's probably gonna have insight from Lovie Smith. What does Lovie Smith want to do? Does he want some extra run stuffing help? Does he want a mix of it all? And DeMarvin Leal, it's just a mixture of what he wants. And let's not forget, as I said earlier, DeMarvin Leal was a former top 10, I guess, thought to be top 10 pick of the NFL draft like just a few months ago. And for him to fall this low, I mean, he was top 10 or expected top 10 for a reason. So I mean, there's a fact.
Yeah, I think, yeah, apparently he has projected first round value with DeMarvin Leal, and then Perion Winfrey has third round value. So I don't know. Yeah, I think I would go with Leal. And then apparently some people may want to go running back in the second round, but honestly, that might be too high of a pick for running back, at least since we're just a rebuilding team. It would be nice to get another like solid running back because we have Rex Burkhead still there, and he seems pretty solid right now. And so yeah, we might go with running back later in the round the draft. But I think DeMarvin Leal would be a great add for us. And for him to fall all the way to 40, I think that's a great get. So let's just go ahead and get him. So right now our draft is looking so good. Like I can't believe how good the board fell to us. So but this is looking like a great draft, and we have a pick coming up at 64. Let's see. All right, so let's see. So there's obviously the quarterbacks. We probably won't draft in. Darian Kinnard could be a good get at 64, seeing how we haven't addressed the O-line yet, and inside O-line is definitely an area of need. Are there any names that are coming out to you?
I think Darian Beavers would also be a very solid get. In high school, I believe he played wide receiver, so he definitely has that speed. And he's also showing off his pass rushing ability from the linebacker spot this season and a little bit in the Senior Bowl. So I mean, getting a linebacker that can kind of do it all, has some very, very good speed. You can either go that route, or of course, as you said, Darian Kinnard, which I feel should be the pick right here. Get some extra line help, get some extra guard help. He could probably play a little bit of center as well. Maybe left guard, right guard. Just put him out wherever he feels comfortable at most. So yeah, I feel like Darian Kinnard would probably be the better overall pick.
Yeah, I think let's go with Kinnard, and hopefully Beavers follows us. There's also Damone Clark available. So let's see. So let's go with Kinnard. All right. Okay, so Beavers gets taken by the Lions 2 picks before us.
Ooh.
So that's unfortunate, but that's the risk we were willing to take. Let's see. All right. So okay, so there's still Damone Clark, like I mentioned earlier. Let's see. Any other names? Is there a certain position I should go to? So we address safety, cornerback, wide receiver, inside D line, inside O line. Let's see. We could use obviously linebacker, like I mentioned. We address safety, cornerback, running back. Kyren is still available, but I think we might get him at 80. That could be a possibility. A tight end. I think Pep may run 2 tight end sets, I believe. I'm not sure, but that could be a possible. So Weidermeyer would be a nice get, and both Texas A&M guys from Leal. Weidermeyer, do you have anyone in mind?
Oh yeah, as you said, Jalen Watermeyer, he's probably very, very interesting right here. Would the Texans really, really get him right here? I'm not sure. But it would make sense for them, especially with Pep, as you said, probably going to be running a little bit of 2 tight end sets. And Pep really values a tight end that can both block and be effective in the pass game. Kind of like a George Kittle. Like, he's very good at everything. Obviously, you're not going to find the next George Kittle, or it's very unlikely you would find the next George Kittle. But that's the type of tight end Pep likes. Like a guy that can just do it all. That you can put it out there and trust him to run, trust him in the pass. And as of right now, Brevin Jordan, you can definitely trust him in the passing game. But in the run game, he's not as polished as like as a blocker. Jalen Watermeyer, he's really not as polished as a blocker either. He's mainly a receiving threat. So, I mean, he could be an option right here. You got Drake Jackson still available, edge from USC. I feel like he would be Drake Jackson right there. He would be a very solid option right here too. Or maybe Sanders from Cincinnati. He put on a very stellar Senior Bowl. So it's just a couple positions you could really fill, or as you were saying earlier, Damone Clark from LSU. It just depends, I guess, what position the Texans value most. They want to stock up almost. Do they want to give Davis Mills another tight end weapon that could also help in the run game, or do you want to go defensive line, get something like that?
Yeah, I think yeah, because like the Texans are kind of notorious for taking like a tight end in the draft like every single time. Like we saw with like what was it Collie wearing, Jordan Akins, Jordan Thomas. They just like love drafting tight ends. But obviously that was in the Bob era. But we saw with Nick Casario too. He drafted a tight end in the last draft. So I mean that could always be a possibility. I think it would be another great get, like another weapon to get. But yeah, but like with like the prospect, like the defensive prospects available, like I'm really tempted to get Damone Clark, but like Majai Sanders, getting another Cincinnati guy, that'd be cool. But yeah, it's just hard to tell like where the Texans would go here.
Considering they're going to run still Tampa 2 next year with Lovie Smith being head coach, getting another linebacker, Damone Clark, I feel like maybe he's not the most, I guess, positional value. I mean, I guess it is because you need another linebacker. A bunch of our linebackers can be free agents. We just signed like 30-something players last year, more than that. So maybe Damone Clark would probably be the best option. Get another young linebacker in the building, start teaching him up. Hopefully he can be a part of this future of the football team. Hopefully he can be like the franchise type of player for the linebacker.
Yeah, I'm from LSU too, so it's it's like a good school they're coming from. So yeah, I think I'll just go with Damone Clark. Obviously, it's really hard to tell. I think, yeah, Weidermeyer's, yeah, it's probably gone. Let's see. Oh, is he gone? Oh, he's still there. So that was not a bad risk. So we could definitely go with Weidermeyer here. Kyren Williams, very intriguing. Nick Benito. I know y'all. That's one of Drew's favorites. There's still Wan'Dale Robinson. Obviously, we already got a wide receiver, but it looks like we did a great job like addressing like need and like kind of considering like best player available. So any names that pop up to you?
Honestly, it's probably between three guys: Jalen Watermeyer, Kyren Williams, and Wan'Dale Robinson. I get that we took wide receiver earlier in Drake London, but I mean, Wan'Dale Robinson, he's not only a wide receiver. Like you can use him as, I guess, like a miniature Debo Samuel in a way. We've seen him run running back with Kentucky a few times. He kind of do it all on jet sweeps, running back, wide receiver. He can do it all. But then, of course, if you want to get a more stable, sound running back, you can go Kyren Williams from Notre Dame. Had himself a very, very good year this season. Would he fit our scheme? I think he would. We were going to run more of like a West Coast type of offense with Hamilton. So he would very, very well fit our scheme. Or, of course, we can get Jalen Watermeyer. So I think it's just whichever position the Texans want to go here, I guess, again.
Yeah, I think
neither of these three picks would that.
Yeah, I think running back could be interesting here because we don't have any like future at running back. Like I mentioned earlier, we do have Rex Burkhead, but he's not like the future for the Texans. So, I mean, I'd be intrigued to get Kyren. I don't know if he would fall all the way to 96. I feel like that's too late for him. So I'm really tempted to go get Kyren. Wan'Dale, like you said, is very good get to like use him as a Debo Samuel. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I would just go Kyren right here. Get yourself the running back one. Sure.
Yeah, I would just go. Let's just go Kyren. I think that would be a nice, like, very nice pick for us. So I love our draft so far. Like it's fallen like in a great way. Okay, so 96. We can go Nick Benito here, honestly, at edge. Like that actually won't be a bad pick here, in my opinion.
Yeah, Nick Benito, very solid option. And of course, Brandon Smith, Penn State. He's projected to be a second-round pick at some point, and then here falling to the third round. He would be very, very young, 2001. So let's see, he would be, I think, just 20? 29? I don't know. I saw come out. He was very, very young coming out to the team.
Yeah, he'd probably
and
be
very
like
smart.
turning 21 on like near the draft. So that'd be pretty interesting. So I mean, it wouldn't hurt to get another linebacker. I mean, and it seems like he had a lot of potential coming out of high school, like 5-star recruit out of high school. That's crazy. So yeah, we can just go at Brandon Smith then. Obviously, he can do a lot of like athletic from his athletic abilities. 4.38 40-yard dash. Yeah, that's insane. So definitely go with like a upside player here, Brandon Smith. And you're always going to need linebackers. And so Nick Benito went like 2 picks after that. But just look at our draft. Like this is such a beautiful draft. Kyle Hamilton for Notre Dame, Ahmad Gardner, Drake London, DeMarvin, Leal, Darian Kinnard, Damone Clark, Kyren Williams, Brandon Smith. I mean, I don't think you could ask for a better draft in my opinion.
Yeah, this team definitely got better. Hopefully, got some franchise pieces for the future and multiple positions. Yeah, this is a very, very successful draft.
Yeah, and let us know how we did in the comment section below. Hopefully we didn't like drop miss your favorite guy or the guys you're looking for, and let us know who your guys are in the NFL draft, and maybe we can like draft them in one of our mock drafts in the future, see how that goes. But let us know how we did in the comment section below. Maybe like grade it, like give it A through F. Hopefully we did close to an A. I won't be mad if you give us another grade, promise. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Let us know in the comment section below. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Thank you all for watching. Peace.